So cheers, folks. We're at the Stag's Head Inn over on East 51st Street in New York City.
For our little episode, we like to call What's on Your Coaster?
We have a beer Cicerone with us, and he's going to first tell us, what is a beer Cicerone?
You're looking at them. We essentially are certified and tested on beer knowledge, how it's served, styles. Yes, there's a weight requirement, and I've met it. If you meet a skinny beer guy,
there's something wrong.
Someone out there, they're watching us right now, and they're saying to themselves, I want to become a beer Cicerone.
The Master Cicerone exam is given in Chicago over 2 days. Yes, I studied, but I don't know how a person that isn't an industry veteran could pass this test.
Do you find that the beer culture is growing?
It's not growing, it's just changing.
How so?
Well, people are thinking about it when they drink. They're thinking about what they want. Beer for a long time was basically taken for granted.
Are you a beer snob then?
Absolutely not.
Oh!
And you guys better not be either.
No.
I know you've met some on your travels
we
here
have.
at the show.
We have.
And they say
Jamie's
bad
a beer
things
snob,
about
actually.
Jamie's one.
I'm a wannabe.
I can tell by his hat.
Don't you think some people identify with certain types of beers?
Absolutely.
They have their own identity?
Absolutely. It's a beautiful thing. But when you start to push it onto other people,
right. Exactly. So if you were a beer, what beer would you be?
That's a good question.
Wow. That's a great question.
I would be the Saint Somewhere Saison out of the Florida Keys.
Wow, summery and beachy at the same time.
Yeah.
I'd be a pale ale. What would you be?
Guinness. Let's say, hypothetically, that someone gets 3 of the cheapest beers at a bodega. Do you think it's possible that a human being, hypothetically, could taste which one is actually the cheapest beer? Hypothetically.
Cheapest beer. No.
Unlike wine, you can get the best bottle of beer for $30.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
I think it's going to go the same way wine did.
You think
this
it's
is
still
the beginning of the end? It's the end of days, my friend.
It's not a revolution in my book. You know what was a revolution? The French Revolution. The American Revolution was a revolution. The culinary world is changing, and this is just part of it, where we're all going to be able to experience life a little bit better just by what we're eating and drinking.
I guess, the last question I should ask was, what's on your coaster?
Absolutely nothing. So we got to take a little break so we can get some beer going.
Yes.
This is an IPA from River Horse. It's a great beer. It's really fresh. It's hoppy, and it's in a really clean glass. You can tell because of the lacing. You see how there's a ring after my first sip?
Yeah.
That's a really good indication that the glass is in perfect shape. And there's nothing between the beer and the glass. And what we say, the people that brought it to me, they preserved the brewer's intent. That's what the brewer wanted it to taste like, and I get to taste it here. Whereas much of the time, the beer tastes nothing like it did when it left the brewery.
So really there's a communication between the brewer, the distributor, and the server.
There should be.
There should be. Why, when I go to a pub or a restaurant, the beer sommelier doesn't come out?
The wine sommeliers, the only reason that justifies their job is that the margins on the wine, you turn around, you can spend $500 on dinner, and then you spend $1,000 on a bottle of wine. They can afford to have somebody stop by at the table for $50.
So you're saying that beer should cost more? That's what you're telling people? That's what it just came out of your mouth.
Jeez.
That's what people. Now that's it.
Now you're telling me about my mouth.
Chad.